Okay, so this is going to be part 3 of the basic character tutorial series. However, I wanted to let you guys know I added dialogue anims, and this is going to be a part of my tutorial series. I'm sorry about that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start using an AI character, to kind of help me out and make it just more immersive, make the experience just better. So for this video, I kind of want to tackle start and stop, but I wanted to show you guys. Sorry about that. This is called VoiceMaker. This is an AI series. The pricing is right here. This is what I use. This is what I'm going to start using. I just bought the premium for professionals and business for small teams. This is going to be later when I'm like ready for when I have potentially a small team, or when I'm working on with a small team or whatever. But I just bought the premium. It's $10 a month. I'm already subscribed. You can see it right here. I could downgrade if I wanted to. I don't want to downgrade. I'm going to stay right here. And this is for like just hobby. $10 a month. Not that bad. And these are the voices. The one I'm going to use is George. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm moving too fast. The one I'm going to use is George. And it's because it goes with the character that I'm currently going to use as like my tutorial series guy. So this is what I wrote. I could say anything though. Ready? Convert to speech.
Prepare for the best, but pray for the worst.
Right? And this is AI. And then if you want, and you could adjust the pitch and the voice speed and the volume. It's voicemaker.com. And then if you want to download it, where do you download it? You could save a profile, but you should be able to download. I forgot where you download it. Multi-header, quick header. Okay, there we go. Wave, submit. And where do you download it?
Prepare for the best, but pray for the worst.
You download it right here. This button right here. This is how you download it. You click this button after you convert it to speech, and it's going to be a wave file, so you can easily submit it to Unreal Engine and implement it. So I'm going to show that right now, actually, how I did that. I downloaded these dialogue anims. I bought them off the marketplace. I forgot how much they were, but I bought them off the marketplace. You could buy these animations, or if you have a Rococo suit, you can make your own animations, which is what I plan to do, is make my own animations, so that everything could be way more custom. But so this is Bane. All I'm gonna do is create a child blueprint. I'm gonna call this one George. That's it. By the way, I fixed the textures. I'll dig into that later, how I did that. But I did manage to fix the textures. George, right? So, for this video, I'm just going to show how I add AI speech and stuff to the character. And I'll do start and stop later. Right? So George, right here. This is George. I fixed the textures, as you can see. I'll dig into that later, how I did that in another video. It's not that important, because some people might not even be using this character, so it doesn't really matter. Right, so what I'm going to do is add box collision, and I'm going to say character detection. Right, so this box collision is way too small. Alright, let me just do 200 by 200. 200. Yeah, there we go, perfect. So if you get within this radius, something's going to happen. Right click, add event on begin overlap, add event on end overlap. Compile, save, file, save as, or save all. There we go. Right? And for this situation, you really just want it to be the main person, so get player character. If the other actor is equal to get player character, do something. Right? Branch. Right? So when that happens, this is what we're going to do. We're going to play a sound. George. Right. Okay. We have to check the animation blueprint first. So we finished that part. Now we're going to go to upper body animations, right? So here. This is the main frame, right? This is like the base frame. Lower body animations, upper body animations, IK. I'll dig into that later. To be honest, I'm probably going to play with the control rig to deal with IK. And then inertialization, this is very hard to explain. I'm going to have to showcase that when I get to that point. Right. So I'm thinking about how best to do this. We didn't even add the dialogue animations, but let's start with this node here. So lower body, we're going to save it as a variable. This is the animation blueprint variable. Catch is animation blueprint variable. Lower body. It's going to disconnect because we didn't plug anything in here. So lower body. Default. Catch. Upper body. Anim slot manager. We're going to add upper body. Right. Compile. Upper body. You'll understand what I just did here later when we tackle into the animation montage. So lower body. Added a slot. Upper body. Upper body. We're retrieving that variable. The animation blueprint variable. Just copy and paste. Lower body. Right. Layered. Blend per bone. This separates. This blends two animations together relative to the bone. Always use mesh space rotation blend, or else the rotation is going to be messed up whenever you play an animation. You add. And now, which bone do we want to use? We're going to go back. We're going to use spine 3. Even though this has more spines, I'm just going to use spine 3. Copy. Paste. And now this is a blend, right? So this is how strong you want the blend to be, right? So it's like a lerp or an alpha. It's like a lerp, a linear interpolation. It's how strong you want the blend to be, or interpolation in general. So I always use 4. That's just like what I use. But you could play with it. You could just play with this value. I'm not sure how high it goes. I'm not sure if it goes to like 99, but you know, you just trial and error. Compile and save. Cache. Blended upper body. So now this variable saves the upper body slot and the lower body animations. So if I add an animation, it's only going to play from the spine 3 upward, because that's what the blend pose 0 means. I'm not sure why you could add more. That I haven't really dug into. I'm not sure what, why you would add another pin there, but maybe one day I'll figure it out and upload it. And then this plays the upper body. This is going to play the upper body animation because this represents this. And this is the lower body. The base is the lower body. This is the lower half. Right? Blended upper body. So blended, and I'm going to call it blended upper body. And then I'm going to call this one upper body. Why, right? Because this will play the full animation. And this is only going to play the upper body animation. So this is going to play the animation itself because it's relative to like the animation montage. This is going to play the whole animation itself. And this is going to play just the blended version. Just if I split these two animations together. Compile save. Right? So now we're going to get speed. Blend by bool. So if the speed is greater than 0, play this. If it's not, play that. I could showcase this in a little bit, right? And then one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cache it. Completed blend, completed upper body blend. Completed upper body blend. Right, so now I'm gonna call that completed upper body blend. And we're gonna separate it by enum. Right, so if this blend movement enum, not e movement mode, but movement enum. This is the enum that we created earlier. Right? And then we're just going to call all these. Oh, by the way, I added a free look, and I'm going to showcase that in a little bit. Free look. And the free look's real simple. I'll show it. It's real simple. I just added another enum and another data asset. Then we're going to plug this bad boy in. Right? So why did I do this? For crouch. That's why. So all I'm going to do is copy and paste this. And for every single one of these nodes, I want it to play the completed upper body blend except for crouch. Because when you're crouching, I only want it to play the upper body. Or else it's going to look weird. And then free look, it doesn't really matter. But because basically what's going to happen is whenever I'm free looking, I'm going to make it so that the player can't do anything. That's why I like enums. And eventually I'll get into gameplay tags. Right, and then I'm just going to affect the curve. Cubic. Here we go. And then I'm going to affect the blend time. So I'm just going to put 0.3 for everything. Just going to keep it simple. And then if I don't like it, I could just come back here and affect the blend times. And that's it. Right, so now we have to go back, go to these animations. I'll make this really fast. I have to find, the mannequin, the mesh. I'm gonna change this to dialogue, I spelled that wrong. Dialogue, mesh. Then I'm gonna go to animation, retargeting, IK retargeter, RTG, dial. Yeah, that should work. Keep it simple. Right. And then I'm gonna go back to this rig right here. And all I'm gonna do is copy and paste. I'm just gonna call this dial underscore rig. That way I don't have to rename all the bones and stuff like that. And I'm gonna move this into the dialogue folder. Oh my god. It just keeps going. Mesh. There we go. So RTG dial. Source rig asset. This is the source because we're retargeting from here. We don't want to use bad guy. We want to use this mesh right here. And then we're going to retarget to who? To the main character that we're going to be using. So we're going to use here and then Bane. Right. Save. Everything's already mapped together. You just copy and paste the same stuff. And then we're going to test it out. Yep. Perfect. I know it looks fast, but that's fine. It's okay. And I'm going to show you why in a little bit. So I'm going to get all these animations together. Tough guy. It's perfect. Perfect for this guy. Play reference, whatever. Export. New folder. Dialogue. Just dialogue. Export into this folder. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. It shouldn't take that long. Not that many animations. I'm sorry for the silence, but I'm going to showcase the animations that we just did. The upper body part. And then I'm also going to showcase the voice maker. And then over time, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep adding on to voice maker so that people know, like, you can just use AI. You don't have to use your real voice. So these animations copied. Perfect. It's saving automatically, right? So perfect. So George is a child, a derivative of Bane, right? And we're just gonna make this look a lot neater. All I'm gonna do is macro. I like macros, they look cooler. Is player character. I'm gonna call this. Keep it as A, but I'll keep it as actor detected. And if it is, do something. If it's not, so instead of true and false, I'll just put is character. No, I'll put is not character. There we go. Okay. Entering. Entered space, left space. Print string, you always use these for debugging purposes. Perfect. All right. So I'm gonna make this green. Ish. Yeah, this color. Make this red. Just so we can easily see what's going on. Right, compile, save, right. So now I put George in the map. We're gonna press play. Our streaming pool, let's fix that real fast. Our streaming pool size 8,000 probably. Save it. Let's do it. We're walking. We entered his space. When we enter the space, we're going to play a dialogue and an animation. And then when we leave the space, that's it. We'll stop the animation itself. Well, maybe not. We're not going to stop it. We're just going to do nothing for now. But later you could do whatever. You can play a cinematic. You can do a lot with just an overlap. I mean, with just a box collision. It's pretty cool. So we entered this space. What are we going to do? We're going to drag out the mesh. We're going to play a montage. And we're going to spawn a sound attached. So we're also going to do this. Play montage. Spawn sound. And what are we going to attach it to? The player's head. So what's the attach point? Let's go here. Let's just see like what you can. Okay. All right. We're gonna go hit this. We're gonna find that player's head. All I'm gonna do is the player's head. Just gonna copy selected bone name. And then paste it right here. This is the attach point. Cool. Right. So now we're gonna go back to the montage. So now I'm gonna open up the Anim class, AVP, bad guy, and I'll just showcase what everything does real fast. Right. So completed upper body, copy paste, and then lower body. Oh, upper body, then lower body. And then I guess I'll make this a variable. I'm gonna call it finish finished upper body. Finish upper body blend. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. There we go. Alright. I'll see. So first I'm going to do the finished product and then I'll come back and showcase everything. Alright. So now we need to make a montage of the stuff we just created. Back to dialogue. So which one do we want to use, right? What animation do we want to use? And they all start with talking as a root, so that's perfect. And it depends on what I want to say, right? So now I'm going to go back to Voice Maker. And I know exactly what I'm going to say. I'm going to say... What am I going to say? Perfect. Welcome to... There we go. I like the ... because it actually tracks that and it'll like pause whenever you do it. So now we're going to convert to speech. It's taking some time. That's why I like how you can pay for this, because I'm allowed to have up to 3,000 characters. AI is really sophisticated now. It's taking some time though. It's downloading everything I'm saying. But now you could really have like...
Welcome to my tutorial series. Here you will learn how to create a basic controller for a humanoid character. I will go over animation blueprints, character movement logic, data assets, enums, potentially gameplay tags, animation montages, animation notifies, and more. By the way, my name is George.
Oh, no, yeah. Fuck. Why did he hear it? You know what I'll do? I'm gonna convert this to speech. We're gonna reset it.
Welcome to my tutorial series. Here you will learn how to create a basic controller for a humanoid character.
How do I need to space this out, right? So maybe if let's try it now.
Welcome to my tutorial series. Here you will learn how to create...
Nope. Let's put 3 dots and see what happens.
Welcome to my tutorial series. Here you will learn how to create a basic controller for a humanoid character. I will go over animation blueprints, character movement logic, data assets, enums, potentially gameplay tags, animation montages, animation notifies, and more.
There we go. Damn. Right? So the dot 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 adds a pause. I'm gonna move this real fast. Right, and I'm gonna download it. The arrow with the line under it. I'm gonna open the file. Hold on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new folder, call it Bane. That's the guy. I'm gonna make it. What color should I make it? Make it black. Black for now. Yeah, black. What are we gonna do? We're gonna use the debug color for the character. Right. And it's gonna be called Bane. I'm gonna leave the movement stuff out. George out. Bane. Gonna move that in there. Right. New folder. I'm gonna call this dialogue. Z with the S. New folder, intro. Just keep it organized. And now I'm gonna import it. Downloads. Right here. Bane intro. Bane talks. Put that in there. And this is, I saved this folder in my download. So every time I download a wave, I'm just gonna put it right here, right? Open it. Boom. So it should be in there. Yep. Here we go. Another thing I'm gonna do is okay, one step at a time, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go right back here. By the way, dot dot dot, my name is Bane. George or Bane? George. George. What's a better name than George? What's a good name for this guy? A villain. Or not a villain, just a badass, like a cool ass motherfucker. Joe. Joe. By the way, my name is Joe.
By the way, my name is Joe.
I don't know why there's no pause.
By the way, my name is Joe.
How about this?
You can call me Joe.
No. It needs a pause to sound better.
You can call me Joe.
There we go.
You can call me Joe.
You can call me ...
You can call me Joe.
There we go. Download that one. Same thing as before. Right. Import. Downloads. Joe's name. There we go. Right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a queue. Close on Bane intro. Queue. Joe's name queue. And then we're going to add a audio, sound attenuation. And this is just so that put it in the folder attenuation. So that it doesn't play like if you're like a mile away, it only plays if you're close. Right. So I'm gonna use logarithmic. I haven't really fucked with this. I mean messed with this. But I noticed logarithmic sounds better. Sphere, the inner radius, this is how far you want it to play in the inner radius, and the fall off distance is how far until it falls off. I think this is good. 400 by 3600. I'll leave it at default for now. Right? Then we're gonna go back to here. And just Joe's voice. That's the attenuation. Joe's voice. Save it. So now we're gonna go back here. And now I need to create a montage. So which montage or animation sound best to what?